Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to another episode of the It Gets Better Elsewhere podcast. I'm your host, Louis Beans, and I'm here with Merc with the mic.
What is going on, world?
Chillin', Merc. How you doing?
Beyond getting that past the wrestling babble with all the wrestling we had to watch in the last 2 weeks, I feel good.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yes, sir. A
That's
lot
for
of
sure.
pay-per-views in the last 2 weeks. You right.
Yeah, man.
You right.
A lot of
Premium,
good stuff though.
premium live events.
Premium live events and pay per views because I paid for one of them to review.
So,
But there's
yes,
a lot
sir.
of good stuff out, and there's a lot of good things coming in the wrestling world. So that's a good thing to hear. Um, we had Sony Showcase this week.
So I don't know what the name of it usually is. Was it State of Play?
Their state of play, yes.
All right. So they did one for 2022.
Mm-hmm.
It's a yearly thing or is it quarterly or something
They
like
do it
that?
like every like 3 months or so,
Okay.
3 to 6 months, depending on where
All
they're
right.
at with their stuff.
Okay. So cool. Is this taking the place of what would be E3 for Sony? Because I don't know how they do these things with E3 not existing.
I think we are getting a summer game fest, so I think we are going to get more release dates and a lot of more stuff throughout the next couple of weeks. I know Xbox is doing one next week, but
But I mean, first party.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
this is literally first party Sony. So why would they show first party? They don't
yeah,
have nothing else to show, right?
yeah. They haven't really, so yeah. This is their stuff.
Okay. Cause that's the thing I'm trying to narrow down. There's usually we're sitting and we're waiting for here comes the Sony press conference. Here
Yeah,
comes the Microsoft press conference. Here comes Nintendo.
yeah. This
So that's
year,
why I think
yeah.
they're starting early, right?
Yeah, this year there's absolutely no E3.
So I guess this is number one for the
Yes.
summer season.
Yep.
Okay, all right, that's not bad. This happened on June 3rd, I believe it was
That was Thursday, I believe.
Thursday. Okay, okay. Did you get to watch it?
I watched.
No, the second.
I kind of
Okay,
watched like the just the trailers. I didn't watch like the whole press conference.
they didn't really have. It was just some lady with a voice in between.
Yeah.
There wasn't too much. You didn't miss anything.
Yeah. Sony. But
It wasn't like a. There was like one guy. I forgot who the guy was, but they showed a man, and he talked for a little bit in between.
yeah.
So
Um. I will say there's maybe like 3 games that really took my interest,
hmm
and the rest were not for me, I guess.
well, you got to tell me what
Oh,
they
okay.
are.
So definitely we're gonna go straight to Street Fighter Six. That kind of won. That kind of won the press conference for me because I didn't expect to see anything for Street Fighter Six like that.
I mean,
And
it's good to see it, right?
yeah,
It exists. It's in a while.
it's live. It's set for next year. It's looking solid. I kind of dig the. I like the fact that they kind of aged some of the characters and they're actually doing that. And they did have leaks of characters, but the ones that we saw, they kind of aged them. Like Ryu kind of looks older, and he looks like a dude that's been working out all his life, and that's all he does. He's wide. He's overly muscular, like as he should be. So that one actually caught my eye. Resident Evil 4 remake, because Resident Evil 4 was one of my favorite ones, so I'm actually looking forward to seeing how that plays and how that's gonna be. Um, what was the other one? Oh, Stray. Stray is gonna be exclusive. Like you could play for free, if you have the premium Sony Plus thing. So, but that was a game I was looking forward to. It comes out July. That's the one with the little cat.
Okay, gotcha.
So those are the 3 games that like stopped me out. I'm not a big Final Fantasy person. I understand people loving that, but it doesn't do nothing for me.
hmm
So I'm not a Final Fantasy person. So I may play it, but it's not something that I'm like, oh my god, I must play it. I have no clear care if I play it
hmm
or not. The VR stuff look cool, but I just don't play VR. But like Resident Evil 8 on VR looks like it could be scary as shit. But who knows?
Do you Do you think you would get the new headset? Because that's one thing they're saying that there is gonna, I guess sooner than later, there's gonna be a PSVR 2.
Probably not. I've never got
Not yet.
I never got interested in anything in VR. I don't like shit on my face.
Uh,
So
I understand.
I will if I play it, it won't be on it that long.
I got you. I
Yeah,
got you.
I don't like it. I feel close quartered or some shit. Like I can't.
Well, maybe that's probably for the better, right? You're not
Yeah,
supposed to have it for a long time.
yeah, yeah. But like long sessions and stuff, like I won't be able to have that shit on. I'll play
Yeah,
for like 10
got you.
minutes and shit. But I'll look more into it, and if it's a good deal, a good on sale thing, then maybe. But right now, I'm not interested in it.
I'm just interested because it looks like they're out of the test phase for
Mm.
VR games, so they're gonna start actually making real games for it.
Yeah,
They're just the one and two companies that can find a way to make a real game. So I, I I'm more impressed because they're the only ones on the console side doing it.
yeah,
They don't. There's no Nintendo. There's no Microsoft
yeah,
VR anything. So let's see. It's not dead yet, right? Well,
yeah,
I know Oculus is a thing,
yeah.
and then there is a no, that is the other PC one. That's right. Um, so hopefully it's good. I saw Resident Evil as well. It looks pretty good. Uh, I the only thing I don't know is it gonna be um it's in the same engine as the last two, right? But the thing I don't know is it gonna be an action game or is this going like completely survival horror?
Yeah, they didn't
Because
show enough.
that's the thing that about Resident Evil 4 is that that was when they started to change it up. That was when they gave the character more you were on more even footing with the things you were fighting instead of like
Yeah,
desperately trying to escape everything. Leon could roundhouse kick everybody in the face.
yeah.
So I wonder, are they taking that out? Because if they taking that out, I don't want to play it.
I don't know. Like I don't think
Like
I
that's
think it's too
I
early
love
to
this.
tell.
I love the well, I don't love I like Resident Evil 2 and I like Resident Evil what is it 1 when they remade it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
I even like Resident Evil 3 when they remade it. But here's the thing. I have never beaten those games when they remade them. I own the first two. I own the first two. I have
yeah.
Resident Evil remake. I still haven't beat it because I just they don't they don't grab me,
Okay.
and then they end up being too long because
Um.
they're longer than the old game. Like old games, you can beat them in like 45 minutes if you know. Well, like an average person who knows what they're doing could beat Resident Evil 2 in like 2 hours,
Yeah.
and it's not that hard to do. Whereas I don't have that want to be that good at the ones on place on the newer system. I don't know because they're not like they just don't grab me. But the thing is, Resident Evil 4 was the one that I could just play anytime
Yeah.
because it's on everything. It's literally I think it's the one Resident Evil game that's on every single system
Yeah.
that can handle it. Like it's almost like the Skyrim of of video games.
Yeah. I agree.
I think there's like more than one version of it on some systems too. It's ridiculous. But the thing about it is it doesn't play like a survival horror game,
Yeah.
an action game in a survival horror environment, which is what I like.
Yeah.
If you're telling me the remake is taking that and turning it into Resident Evil remake that they made of part two and part three, I'm not interested.
Okay.
I'll watch somebody play it, but I don't want to play it because I the one of the other games I'll mention that they show called Callisto Protocol.
That one looked cool too.
And that's made by some of the people that worked on Dead Space. And guess what? That shit is scary as hell, and I'm not gonna play it. I might buy it, but I'm not gonna play it.
Oh, look
I
at it.
might buy it to support, but scary. I told you before, scary games and me don't mix. I can't just sit there and force myself to be scared and play this game. I can't do it.
Yeah.
Like Callisto Protocol looks like they're going for the gore. They're going all in on like we're trying to scare you all the time.
Yeah.
So I don't know where I'm gonna be at with that one. I mean, then again, Isaac Clarke in Dead Space could whoop the alien's ass,
Yeah.
but we'll see.
You had Final Fantasy 16. What do you think of that?
I think it looks ridiculous, but my problem is, can it sustain my attention?
Yeah.
Is my problem, because the stories and some of them are pretty dry.
Yeah.
Uh, and it's been a long time since I played a straight up JRPG.
Yeah.
But then again, I don't think that's what that is, because I don't think,
Nah, they
because
went
the other
more.
thing is 15 is not a JRPG really.
Yeah,
It
they
has
all
the
went
story
more
elements,
action and shit.
but that's the one they end up taking the engine for that for Final Fantasy Remake, and then
Yeah.
turning that into something else,
Yeah.
because Remake is a different thing.
Yep.
And this looks like something else. I don't know what the hell 16 is, but I see lots of people in castles talking, and that's the part of the game I like. Do I care about that? I don't like that.
um.
I need them to make the people talking part compelling to me.
Okay. Makes sense.
So that's that I'm looking forward to, because everything else about the game looks amazing. Like the combat, why does it look like that? It looks ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, bro, why is he doing a million hit combo? That doesn't make sense. And then they show all the, I don't know what they're gonna be called because they changed the names. They show the summons.
Yeah.
Usually they're called summons. They might be called aeons. They might be called something else. I
Yeah.
forgot. But anyway, they show them and they look all badass. Like, all right, you got my attention. It's just when you talk, am I gonna fall asleep? And the other thing that was in there, obviously Street Fighter. We don't really need to talk about that. Street Fighter is Street Fighter, and as long as it plays all right, it's fine. It's just whether or not
Yeah.
it's gonna launch with content,
Yeah.
right?
If
It
it's
looks
gonna be
like
an
they.
actual game, it's in the half a game.
It looks like they're going to put in a single player mode, because they show Luke running around the city, and they show you're in Metro City,
Yeah.
which is the final fight city. But him doing that is obvious that they're going to have some story content.
Good.
So if they're launching with story content, it's already going to be a better game than 5.
Yeah.
But the other thing that I saw that got my attention was Roller Dome. I'm not
Yeah.
100% if that's going to be a full price game, but it has so much style to it that it didn't even need to really say anything, because there's no talking in there.
So I was watching
It's just a narrator.
I was watching the thing with Jackie. So Jackie was behind me watching it, and me and her was like, "Oh, that actually looks like a fun game."
It does.
Yeah, it looks.
It
Like
does. It looks like a cool concept. It's like roller derby mixed with shooting people.
Yeah,
Like,
I thought that was cool.
and it's got a lot of slow motion kills. It's got a lot of. It has vibes of like. So I don't know if I know I've retweeted it, but it looks like this indie game that came out very, very recently that somebody was tooling around with, where it's like their character has impossible amounts of mobility, but they were like able to jump into the air. They were able to spin around and shoot enemies with pinpoint accuracy and slow motion in the air at the same time. So, and that was just a random indie game, right?
Yeah.
And this looks like somebody saw that and made it like, it was like, oh, yo, we can do that.
Yeah, it looked cool.
But this was obviously in production for a while. But
Yeah.
again, the thing that has me, it's also like cell shaded too.
Oh, you know what it looks like? It looks like that banana fuck, what's his name? My friend Pedro.
What's that?
So it's like a side scrolling shoot 'em up that has like mad weird fucking movement, so you could jump in like kind of like John Woo style and fucking shoot, and while you're going slow motion and stuff like that. And it's a straight side scroller. It's like my name is Pedro, something like that, or something like that. And he looks like a banana. He's not a banana, but he looks like a banana.
No,
Pedro.
never seen that. Do you know what it's for?
It's on all the systems. I might have it wrong. Yeah, my friend Pedro.
Mm-hmm.
Devolver did the game, and yeah, it's like a little monkey, a little banana. It's like a banana looking dude that's running around and doing shit, and yeah. So that's what it kind of like when I saw the roller derby one. That's kind of what it reminded me of.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I had like the slow motion and shit like that. For you, I'm actually excited that you get to play Spider-Man on PC
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That
and
means
Miles,
superior versions of the games, the best versions of the games, finally.
and you get
So
Miles.
there you go. 60
Miles too.
frames.
Yeah,
60 frames all day, fast loading. I'll take it. Give it to
yeah.
me.
I love the Spider-Man games, so I'm actually glad that you
And
get a chance to put them.
ridiculous mods now. I can't wait to see what people put.
Oh, we might get a full blown superior Spider-Man mod.
Every suit. Oh my god. That's the thing I'm waiting for, because people are gonna put every single suit that's ever been made. I need to see somebody put in, where's Leopard on? Come on, let's go.
Dear Pond, yes, yes.
Put if put him put manga Spider-Man in this game.
He's
Yes.
actually in the game.
And which one? He's
Mangaverse?
in
Yeah.
no, and which one? He's in both Miles
He's one of
and
the
Spider-Man.
DLCs. He's in one of the DLCs in the first game, the regular
Okay.
Spider-Man game.
Okay.
Mangaverse, they even have like a kind of like a Toei suit, like a Sentai suit,
Nice. That's cool.
and they have the cartoon animated suit. They have the Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse Spider-Man suit. They have a lot of cool. They have a lot of cool, unique ones, but they also now you could actually have like mod a black suit in there, like the full like Venom black suit, and like you could mod a superior Spider-Man suit, which I think you will be using all the time.
That's true.
Yes, so I'm actually excited for you.
They never acknowledged that suit.
They don't have it in the game. I was a little disappointed with that because I actually like that suit.
That's weird. That's
Yeah.
very weird.
Yeah, and then
Dare I say that is this? How do you not
Yeah.
acknowledge what? I'm sorry, but Tom Holland, I get that he did good in the movies, but there was a point where that book brought Spider-Man back from death,
yeah,
as in terms of comic books in real life. Like, I don't understand how you don't acknowledge that
Yeah.
character.
but
That's
then
messed
again,
up.
there's always the sequel, and that might be a suit in the sequel.
We'll see. I doubt it. That seems egregious.
Yeah,
Somebody at Sony doesn't like that suit.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
yeah, because then again, there's every other suit. Like, you even got the Amazing Bagman in there. So
Yeah.
just saying.
Somebody don't like it. Somebody don't like Otto Octavius. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah. But
Fonzie.
yeah, and that's coming to PC with Miles Morales a couple months later.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool. Stray, I'm actually looking forward to July 19th. I'm actually probably, if I do the premium PlayStation thing, then I get it for free. So I was considering doing it for a month and see how I like it and how the games work. Because if it works good, then I'll do the whole year
Okay.
and see how I like it. But yeah, State of Prey was pretty good. I was hoping for a God of War Ragnarok date.
True.
Because
It'll probably have its own little. I guess at this point, it'll have its own presentation when it drops.
What else I was looking forward to? I was hoping Shredder's Revenge would get a date. I was hoping Cowabunga Collection
See,
would
that's
get a
probably
date.
gonna be a part of the game show.
Yeah.
'Cause that's not owned by Sony. Like, so that's what I figured. Turtles is probably gonna be on that show.
Yeah. And then Xbox has theirs this week. I think Friday.
So that's gonna be two shows. Is it? Are they both this week? Since
Yeah.
that's Friday.
Well, so the Summer's Game Fest already started. So they started off with the Sony one, and then
damn.
they showing
Alright, well.
showing trailers here and there. They have a bunch of things lined up within the next couple of weeks.
But that big Jeff Keighley, the event one, that's not until what?
Then
next
the month.
week?
Then in the month.
That's the end of the month.
Yeah.
All right, so we got something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
IGN right now is doing Summer Game Fest, and they're getting a lot of things off of that.
I see. I see.
So, yes, we're getting something. Again, a little sad that like most of these games that we saw are not out this year. Everything is probably for next year, the following year. So that's something that's just like, all right. Well, Spider-Man PCs, I think this year. I think it's in June, July. The first one, or August. It's one of those two. Stray at least is this next month as well. But again, I wanted the Turtles release date. I want the Cowabunga release date. Those are the ones I really want. I just want them to come out because they look like they're gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, you probably gotta wait till the end of the week. But
Yeah, I
No,
agree.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. So we'll see. I'm happy. I'm very curious about Street Fighter Six. I'm looking forward to seeing more on it. Seeing that the characters leaked, I like the well from the leaked characters I saw. I like the mix of new and old.
I didn't look at it, so I don't know.
Yeah. So they Capcom just came out on Twitter and just like that those are the list of characters. They didn't say if anything is DLC or not. I think these are going to be the main. When you turn on the game, these are the characters that are there.
I got you. That's
And
cool.
it's a pretty good number. Like last game, we only got like 8 people, so or 8 to 10 people. This
No, it
one,
wasn't. The roster of Capcom of Street Fighter said it was for like 14.
oh,
So they
14.
did
Okay,
14 and 16. It's
yeah,
not. It wasn't that big. That's still small. It's supposed to be
yeah,
like in the
yeah,
30s.
yeah.
Usually,
This,
it's in the 30s.
yeah,
Tekken is like, I don't know how many characters.
yeah,
King of Fighters is I don't know how many characters. Like, dude, they need to fill them character select screens up. That's
yeah.
all I'm saying.
This is about like 18 characters they show so far, and some of them look dated. Some of them look like old people that from the past. Some look brand new. Akuma just looks more demon like every single time. He just looks like he's just growing a mane. He looks like he's just becoming a lion.
I mean, that was what he looked like in the pod.
Yeah,
That doesn't make much different.
yeah. He just looked like a lion. Like more and more, he's just gonna grow big teeth and start eating people.
He probably already
He probably
does.
does. Yeah. Like Ryu, Ken looks lost. He looks like he lost his family.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Chung Li again. She looks like a little updated. She looks like a little older. I'm digging the Cammy. I'm digging most of their costumes. They
Well,
all look
I,
interesting.
I'd rather like. So what happened what did you see in the trailer though? Because that's what everybody got to see. The
So
Street Fighter is 6, right? Street Fighter 6 trailer.
yeah. So pretty much we saw Ryu, we saw Chung Li, we saw this new dude that does kind of like a drunken style, which I'm actually very interested in. And then you got that new dude, what's his name?
Oh, Luke.
Luke.
Mm-hmm.
And those are the ones you see. Then you also see like a kind of open world thing that it doesn't look like you're Luke in the open world thing. It looks like you're like a custom character.
Well, they changed his hair and stuff, but you could tell
No,
that's
he
Luke.
like the guy's in a full hood. Like his head is covered.
You don't see there's a part where he goes and gives the guy a fist bump, and you can see his
Oh,
face.
so that's a different. So that's a different thing. There's
So
a
yeah,
yeah
it's a bunch of like cutaways
yeah
of somebody running throughout the city.
yeah.
So at some points you do see Luke running through
Oh,
the
okay,
city.
so it's Luke. Okay.
So you probably get to customize your Luke,
And
which I think if that's the case, that's even better.
so one thing I'm hoping I want to see that Final Fantasy the Final Fight guy be a. I want him to be a playable character.
Which guy are you talking about?
The
'Cause they're
blonde
all
dude, the blonde dude from the first game.
talking about Cody.
No, the blonde dude, the boss in the first.
Oh,
stage.
the guy on the top of the.
Because you
Oh
see him,
yes,
he's there.
he's
You see his biker jacket. and shit, too.
damned.
Yeah,
It's about, yeah, the brown guy. He's in one of the fighting games that's on Sega Saturn that never came out.
yeah. I want to see him
Yeah.
playable.
I mean, I
You,
wouldn't
you
mind.
kind of teasing him, like
They
I see
have
him.
like everybody else in the Mad Gear game.
I know.
So why not?
I
Why not the guy in the wheelchair? Oh, he's dead. Never mind.
because I'm just saying.
Well,
Like,
he's not really in a
yeah.
wheelchair. That's messed up.
yeah.
Hmm.
Because I'm just saying, like you showcase him. I kind of want him as a playable character now. You
Yeah,
tease
there's a
him.
bunch in there. Isn't there like a younger girl?
That's training with
who's
Chung Li too.
Chun-Li? Yeah. Yeah. So
There's
I
a
don't
lot of
know if
interesting characters. Yeah.
that's a relative because she already has. She has like this in every single Street Fighter game. It seems like there's somebody related to the Chun-Li or the Chun-Li family.
Yeah.
Because the old man is in one. Then she's in her uncle or whatever, the guy with the claw. No, not the claw. The guy with the traditional Chinese outfit.
Oh, Jin.
Not him.
No.
He's the older relative, right?
Yeah.
He is the, I believe, uncle of the two twins, I think it is.
Yeah. Yang and Yang. Yeah.
But they are cousins to Chun-Li.
Yes.
But her actual uncle and I believe their father is that guy Lee
Okay.
that is in Street Fighter 1.
Okay.
So there's two people related to Chun-Li already in the game.
Okay.
And so then you go to Street Fighter 2 and then she is, and then in almost every game she's there. But then they introduce in 3 the two cousins.
Yes.
right? And now it seems like they're introducing
And she
somebody
wasn't
else,
in
I
the.
guess.
Was she always in? No, she came in Third Strike.
Which one?
Chung Li.
No, she's in Street Fighter 2.
No, Street Fighter 3. Is she's not in first Street Fighter 3 though.
No, no, no.
She comes in like
Only
Third Strike.
Only Ryu is in there.
Yeah, she comes in Third Strike, I think.
Yeah, but it's still the same series.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
you got Street Fighter 4 series because that has 3 games also.
Yes.
Uh, but they don't introduce any more new family members. They just bring back the old man.
The one thing I like though is the fact that again, like I said, they aged the characters. So Ryu looks older, like Chung Li looks a little older, like in the face and eyes. She looks like she's holding up a little bit more and stuff like that. But it looks like she's mastered of her style as well. So she might
I,
be a lot
I
more
guess so.
powerful nowadays. Yeah, did that. And then the drunken dude, the drunken style dude, I'm actually excited about because he looks pretty sick and how he moved and stuff. So I was like, all right, you got me. I'm interested. See where this goes.
So hopefully there's no BS characters in the first beginning. Save that for later,
Yeah.
please.
And yeah, I'm excited for it. I hope it gets not half a game, like we got with Street Fighter 5, because that kind of like burned spirits with me with Street Fighter. I was like, yeah, I'm not buying it first day. I'm gonna wait for the super version of it. And that's when I'll buy it. Because you're gonna be like 5 different versions. I like the fact that they edit that logo is not as plain as it was before.
That's true.
And
That's true.
yeah, I'm excited. Some of the gameplay they showed looked interesting as well. So
I can't tell what's happening, but it looks cool.
yeah, I was watching
Because
a lot of
this one does not have the life bars on the screen in the trailer, so you
yeah.
can't. There's no bars. You can't tell what's going on. There's
So
people speculating on stuff, but like, there's no bars. The only way you can find out what means what is that you have to go to the Street Fighter 6 website,
yes,
and they give you, I think, some terms and some screenshots.
okay.
So you have to piece that together.
So I watched Maximilian's stuff, and he actually has some good stuff on it. So check his stuff out. It's very interesting because he actually went to the website and he was looking at the life bars. He was looking at the. He was talking. He was explaining what everything is and stuff like that from the people he know from Capcom. Scott Steiner. Yeah, he's not a playable character in Street Fighter 6. Too bad. The Big Booty Daddy. That would be a move. The Big Booty Daddy. I don't know how it would be, but that would be a move. He'd probably split you in two. I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, so Street Fighter 6 coming down. I think they said it early. They said next year.
Yeah, one thing it does tell you, which is what I was talking about, that I think they're concentrating on starting with single player content, is that on the website, it actually says World Tour mode.
Yeah.
And if you play Street Fighter Alpha 3, World Tour mode is the mode where you take your character and you customize them.
Yep.
By fighting people and leveling them up.
Cool.
And you get all types of different modifiers. So if that's what they're going for, then that's good. But
Yep.
yes, you could take your fighting avatar, because I see in the lobby they have the generic man, but you also see like the Street Fighter looking character standing around. So I imagine if you play enough, you can have your guy basically look like whoever. You want to look like a Kuma, you probably look like a Kuma or something like that.
Like the Lion King.
It's probably gonna be an in-game currency for you to buy things. So that's probably what it's gonna be.
Cool.
I just hope the prices aren't busted. I just hope they take to heart the challenges from Street Fighter 5. So one of the cool things about the actual Street Fighter 5 game was that once the game started to work, and they got the CFN and stuff working good, was they would do like weekly like giveaways. Like you had to do X, and then when you did X in game, you would get like a costume, or you would get a costume part or stuff.
I remember like this.
Some of those let you get the really well, I guess they ended up being expensive, but they were exclusive because they were time sensitive costumes.
Yeah, I remember doing a Ryu one, which was hard as fuck.
There was one I did where it lets you get the Airman for Rashid,
Yeah.
which Airman is from Mega Man, I think 2 or
Okay. Cool.
1,
Yeah.
and
One.
it's a complete skin,
Yeah.
and it just cut. And they had a Mega Man centered event with some like flavor text or whatever. You fight in this stage or whatever as Rashid, and then you do this how many times? Boom, you get the points. You did it for that week. Bam, you get the costume.
Yeah.
And so I hope because they had so much stuff like in that way to do those challenges because that lasted for a long. I think they still do them.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any new costumes coming out, but they still do the challenges where you get to fight the weirdo characters like Shadow Lady
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they still put those out. So I hope they are taking that and they're gonna stick that in this here in the world tour modes and whatever that's in the game, so you don't just have to be online
Yeah.
with it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that you
Same
got
here.
some stuff to do.
Yeah.
I hope they think it out thoroughly and don't just think, oh, we'll just make them pay for it or we'll trickle it in with, hey, patch. No, give me everything when I buy the game. Damn it,
Yep.
I want everything.
Yep. Yep. So
I'm sure there's gonna be a fancy deluxe edition that I will not buy. Though.
yeah, it depends what it looks like. If it has something cool in it, there'll be a chance I'll get it.
Okay.
Depends on what it is. All right.
All right.
You want to get into this movie?
Wait, what was the last thing? What was the special edition for 5?
Uh,
Do you remember?
do I remember? Let's see. I think it was the arcade stick one.
Oh, it was a stick. Okay. Okay.
Strider 5
The
collector.
the only cool thing I remember was 4 came with a headband.
It was a Ryu. It was a
It was
statue of Ryu.
a statue. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it was nothing really special.
It was the shirtless one.
Yes.
The okay, cool. The
Yes, it
one
was
that
that one.
basically influenced the new one.
Yes.
So
I actually like
that's
the
not
new
bad.
look. I don't mind the
It's
new
not
look.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. The site also gives you tidbits about some of the characters, and they say that the new look is a nod to Goken. So there you go,
Nice.
because that's what he looked like in Street Fighter 4.
Yes. Yes.
So. Mm-hmm.
All right.
So we have Daredevil as this week's movie. Daredevil is from 2003. It says here. The release date is
Valentine's Day.
February 9th here in America. The 13th in UK. Well, it's Valentine's Day in Canada. I don't think they
Okay.
celebrate.
Oh, and IMDb it says 14th.
It has
United
look,
States.
if you hit the release date, it has multiple.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
the premiere was in the 9th, so it premiered on the 9th. And then they have the regular everywhere is the 14th.
Mm-hmm.
You see it?
Yes.
You scroll down. This movie is, let's see, PG-13. It is an hour and 43. It is directed by Mark Steven Johnson. I thought it was another person. That'd be odd if there was just a name Johnson by itself.
Yeah, I thought it was two people as well, and then I
Yeah,
clicked on it,
let's
and
see.
it's just one person.
He just has a long name. That's all. Mark Steven Johnson.
He wrote the
Mark Steven
screenplay.
Johnson is known for
Wrote the screenplay too. I think Ghost Rider.
let's see. As a director.
He wrote Ghost Rider.
So got Daredevil was first, then you got Ghost Rider, then you have trying to see if there's anything else that
Two
I've heard
Marvel
of.
movies
Nothing
I
I
didn't
heard
care
of.
for.
Nothing I heard of. He's a writer for Grumpy Old Men, which I have seen, which is funny. It's a funny movie. And Grumpy Old Men,
Oh, the
Jack Frost with Martin Short? Yeah. No, the Jack Frost with Michael Keaton. Wow. What that one? Jesus.
He was
Did you ever see that movie? You ever see that Jack Frost?
Yes, I did with Michael Keaton. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I saw it.
This guy also wrote Electra. Uh,
Oh,
uh,
I don't like you no more.
uh, uh.
Ain't
I
Ghost
don't
Rider.
know about
I
that.
wasn't a big fan of Ghost Rider
You
either.
ain't like Ghost Rider?
Ghost Rider was okay.
Nicholas Cage made that movie for me.
It was okay. It wasn't.
Nick Nicholas Cage was Nicholas Cage. That's all I needed.
Yeah.
That's my favorite transformation scene ever. Dude, it's too much. So this movie stars Ben Affleck as Matt Murdock / Daredevil, Jennifer Garner as Elektra Natchios. We
Meh.
have Colin Farrell as Bullseye.
Meh.
We have Michael Clark Duncan as Wilson Fisk / Kingpin.
He was okay.
John Favreau as Froggy Nelson.
My favorite character in the movie.
We have Scott Terra as Young Matt. Ellen Pompeo as Karen Page. Joe Pantoliano as Ben Urich. Who else was a major character? Was Wesley Owen Welch? Is that a known?
I'll say
Trying to see.
the dude that played the preacher.
Eric Avari as Nicholas Natchios. That's Electra's father. Paul Ben Victor as Jose Quesada, the boxer, the movie, not the actual. Because one of the things this movie did was name characters after, I believe, creators, right? That people that had different parts and roles in creating and writing.
Yeah.
And
So
John
John Casada, he did the the Daredevil comic with, I think with Michael Bryan Bennis.
Okay.
And then the dude that Jack Murdock fought, it was John Romita, which was
we didn't get to. David Keith played Jack Murdock. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's about it. Right?
Yeah. So like, if you actually look at the marquee of the boxing match of his father, it was Matt Murdock. Was Jack Murdock versus John Romita, which was the original artist of Daredevil.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Also, Kevin Smith as Jack Hervey, forensic assistant.
Yeah.
I didn't know his name was Jack Hervey.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, there you go. I feel like that character, I didn't see that Die Hard, but I feel like that's the same character you played in that Die Hard movie. Is that true?
Probably.
Okay. All right. Anyway, that's about it.
He doesn't have like for range. He has Silent Bob or the guy from Die Hard.
The guy from Die Hard.
It's one of the two.
Yeah.
Well, I think this came out first before the Die Hard.
No, I'm pretty sure it did.
Yeah.
So with the cast behind us, this is after Spider-Man, and you can tell that they did not take any keys or any clues from that movie. This movie tries to be gritty, and then it pulls itself back, and it has so many campy moments.
Yeah.
And then they make weird decisions and have like music montages, and
yeah.
There's a lot of stuff in the movie that just detracts from it being a decent movie. Like it's okay, and then it makes itself worse.
I felt like it tried to be cool, and it was not.
Yeah.
It was trying to be cool with the current music that was like hot during those times. Like, Essence was like the theme song at that time, bringing back to life. That shit was on everything. So like having that and then having that just come out of nowhere during a scene, it didn't really make the scene better. Like, there's some movies that works, like, for instance, one of the best movies that integrated the soundtrack into the movie, Guardians of the Galaxy. Best movie that integrated a soundtrack into a movie. That every single song had a moment in that movie. They try to do that with this, and it didn't work.
It's because the music itself, for the mood you're trying to evoke, is just like, it just comes off as too. It felt fake, is why, and so like it just felt like a commercial for the song.
I guess like one scene was maybe My Immortal was fit the circumstances when her father died. I guess that fit the area.
I don't see. That's the one I don't remember.
Yeah, that's the one.
I remember the training montage with the one song playing, and she's cutting the bags and like getting all ninjaed up and whatnot. I remember that one
Yeah.
clearly. That was annoying. And then I know there was another one later in the movie, and I'm just like, there's too many. And then there's the fact that this movie, it parodies itself because every time you go to check in on Colin Farrell as Bullseye, they just have this. It's got the edgiest music playing
Yeah.
possible
Yeah.
every time, and it's just like Jesus Christ. Oh, and they think they always have to have some overproduced, just super edgy music playing when he's on the screen, so he
Yeah.
comes off as almost like this. Is this even being serious with
Yeah.
how edgy this guy's supposed to be? Like I don't.
I couldn't take
And
him
so
serious.
that's the thing. And so what they wanted to portray with that character, I'm pretty sure it was not meant to be parody.
Yeah. Like
So they portrayed that
yeah,
wrong to
I
me.
agree with that. I agree with that too. Like I actually like Bullseye as a character. Like I've actually read his single comics and things like that. He's an insane character, and the way his power works and stuff like that. They had to make sure you knew that he got a bullseye because he kept yelling it. It's like bullseye, bullseye every time he got it. But again, there was no explanation on how he got it or where he got it from. Same thing with Daredevil in a way is like where he got his costume from. Why he just started like swinging in the streets for? Like who gave him the costume? They didn't really have that whole like mentor thing like with Stick and like the Netflix series did. They showed the training with Stick. They showed him teaching him how to fight and things like that. This one he just randomly knew how to fight and then put on some dominatrix shit and walked around the city in leather.
The only thing they actually give you the explanation for is the power that he ends up getting
That and the
through the
stick.
toxic waste, and then how it amplified like his other senses,
Yeah.
and then his fearlessness to do whatever because of the fact that he could see everything at any moment because
Yeah.
of how amplified his stuff was. So the fact that he could go all over the buildings and do all that, they shows you that, but they never show you how does he know how to fight, because he never actually got to train with his father, so
Yeah.
he never even boxed.
Yeah. He
So it's just like we just assume he knew how to fight,
and
and okay, that they did really. This movie really leaves too many holes in a lot of the stories, and then gives you a lot of like it makes sure it gives you the connection between him and the Kingpin. I mean, they invent that connection because I don't
yeah.
believe that's not real, right? That's not
A
the
little.
origin.
It's a little different, but Kingpin was involved with his dad's death.
Okay, so but they make sure they did that legwork. Is
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Is they show you the connection there, but some of the other stuff that they don't show you the connections for are kind of weird. Like usually, that is one of the things they do show you is where did this superhero get the suit from? That's one thing they do tend to like go through. Not in this movie,
I'm
and
just saying.
that's a weird one because we just saw Spider-Man.
Yeah.
We saw him make his suit.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
You know what I mean?
I'm just saying. There's no way that Ben Affleck or Daredevil in this movie is sneaky. You're wearing a lot of leather and it's raining all the fucking time. There's no way in hell they do not hear you. You hear leather. You hear the yeah, you be making noise everywhere you go.
But
And then like what the power gave him power of not chafing.
not even that. My thing is that the power gave him. I still don't understand this one. Is well, I guess he's not an idiot, but with them not explaining the suit, like you don't know why it's red.
Yeah.
He's blind.
Hmm.
Why the hell is his suit red? Why the hell did he pick these things? Like there's certain things they don't give you why this is his version of it.
Yeah.
Like they explain the devil thing,
Yeah.
right?
No,
But
explain that.
why would it look this way? Like his thing could have been in his mind a photorealistic devil, and he'd be walking around with a goblin face, basically. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they never give you that what was in his head
Yeah.
when he came up with this stuff. So there's a few things that for a first time superhero movie that are missing that I think this movie missed, like
Yeah.
that hurt it.
Yeah.
But what they gave me, I was willing to go with it, but oh my goodness, there's like scenes where every bullseye scene is terrible.
Yeah.
Uh, the stuff with Electra, I don't hate because it's not her movie. Like that movie's terrible, but in this movie, it's not like it takes away from the movie, but it leaves so much left to like, why did they start fighting? I don't understand. Like that's how you do. That's not how you do that. That's harassment. He's a lawyer. He should go to jail for that. You just followed that woman and harass. Like there's so many things that it's like they don't. I guess that's one of those things that doesn't age well. You can't
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
You can't. And you're a lawyer.
Hmm.
So the way you try to uh, court a woman you find attractive because you smelled her, there's a lot of weird stuff that they just expect you to go along with. Like what is that? That's so primal. You can't just, all right, Daredevil, if that's what you meant. Was it, what exactly did you smell? Was it just her perfume? All right, you say so. All right. It's just a lot of stuff that they don't explain, and it just bugs me. And it
Yeah,
just doesn't age. It
I
just
agree with
seems
that.
weird.
Yeah,
It just seems
I
very
feel like
weird.
this had a lot of issues in that sense. And I didn't really care about any of the characters either. There was no like connection to any of the characters. Didn't care enough to care. Even Electric
And the Kingpin
bad
was
friend.
whatever. The Kingpin was whatever.
Yeah,
It's not like he was bad. He was just whatever.
yeah. I say this is probably one of the weaker movies we watched so far.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
So where are you gonna put it at?
2.5.
2.5. Where I put it? 2.5. So it goes under X Men.
Yeah, I couldn't. At the end of the day, this movie gets in its own way
Yeah,
multiple times. It just does.
I agree. Like I didn't care for this match. I think Men in Black is underneath this one for me. But yeah, I'll give it a two as well. I give it a two, not 2.5. I again, I wanted something a bit more of like especially from the actors they had. I know the actors they had they can be pretty good if they want to be. Um, I didn't mind the look of like Ben Affleck as Daredevil as an actor going into it, but I didn't care for the suit. Like it just the suit wasn't practical enough for me. Like there was no reasoning or rhyme or why he chose that as the suit. Like now the fact that we have such a better Daredevil in the TV series, you actually see the evolvement of what he did and why he chose the way the suit is.
Mm-hmm.
And so to do that, and that was in the Netflix series, but again, like we got a bit better Daredevil eventually. So yeah, 2.0 from me. So right now, our top 10. Mine is Pootie Tang number 1, Spider-Man number 2, Road to Partition number 3, Blade 2 number 4, From Hell number 5, Unbreakables number 6, Ghost World number 7, Josie and the Pussycats number 8, Monkey Bow number 9, X-Men 10. Yours is Pootie Tang 1, Blade 2 is 2, Road to Petition is 3, From Hell is 4, Spider-Man is 5, Unbreakable 6, Ghost World 7, Ghost Josie and Pussycats is 8, Monkey Boat is 9, and Men in Black 2 is 10. Our next movie is American Splendor. After that, it will be Bulletproof Monk. And then we are double down for two Marvel movies of Hulk 2003 and X-Men 2.
Okay. All right.
That
All
Hulk
right.
one, I am not looking for that Hulk one at all.
I mean, yeah. After this one, I've
So
not enthused.
yeah. So American Splendor, yeah, it's with okay. It got good reviews, so I'm looking forward to it.
I have no idea what it is. We'll see.
It's an indie movie.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
Paul Giovanni, Paul Giamini is in it. He played Rhino in Amazing Spider-Man 2.
No, that guy's a famous actor. I know who he
Yeah,
is.
he's in it. So we'll see. All right, so those are the movies we got. I guess we wrap this up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for listening to another episode of the It Gets Better as Well podcast. Make sure you follow us anywhere and everywhere. Recycling Inc. That is Twitter, Tumblr, and Instagram. That is YouTube. That is SoundCloud. And we also have a WordPress.
Yep,
Check it
yep.
out.
And
Where you at, Merc?
follow me on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, and Twitch, all Merc with the mic. Also, follow us on our Facebook pages, the Wrestling Link, and the Wrestling Battle pages. We are very active there as well. Also, shout outs to the Jinkies and Lil Steven. Their birthdays passed this week, so happy birthday to them. I allowed Commander Farrell to have all the sandwiches, so now he still can't have them now. It's past his birthday. No sandwiches for him. So, always remember, follow the Jinkies.
Because he's hungry.